this how you all feel about the scale? Is this what happens to you every time you have to head to the bathroom scale and you just fall out? You are so shocked about what it's telling you, you can't handle it. Well, you know what they say. The best way to getting to solution for something is to accept it, first of all, to acknowledge that it's happening to you, and then understanding it. Today, we will understand chub, understand fat. And, I feel that I'm the right person to speak about it. I have put on some weight over the years, be it menopause, be it having a bunch of kids back to back. And I know a lot of you younger people out there, you're dealing with that too. And it's not just a body image thing, and it's not that you're not able to accept yourself. We know that obesity is a huge, high percentage, higher than it used to be in younger populations and, of course, in older. Let's just go through the top 10 reasons why me, Dr. D. Nice Beaugelin, the happiest doctor on the planet, thinks that many of us are so overweight. Let's talk about number one. The first one is we haven't adjusted our intake to the stage in life that we are. Listen, the truth of the matter is when you're young, you need to eat more frequently. You need to eat a little differently. Carbohydrates tend to be something that you tend to reach for more as a kid. And you need to eat more frequently, like I said before. As you get older, when you get into middle school and high school and young adult, the frequency of meals need to go down, and even the size. If you're an athlete, you may need more protein, more carbohydrates right before the game. You may need to eat larger meals, have more calories in. If you're lifting weights, if you're running, if you're doing the high intensity physical training, you may need more food to eat. If you're just sitting around studying for your math tests all day, you don't need all that much food. And we are just not adjusting our caloric intake, the amount of food that we need to eat based on our stage in life and our activity level. We shut off. We're not listening to those little, and our body signals to us. It really does. And we've just not been trained. We're not trained ourselves to listen to those signals that our body gives us. That's number one. Number two is our gut bacteria. Have y'all heard about the gut bacteria? Have you heard about it? Well, let me tell you about it. The bacterial makeup of your gut depends on the type of food that you eat. For example, if you eat a lot of sugary, fatty foods, the bacteria in your gut tends to be the predominantly amount of bacteria that there is, the bacteria that loves fatty, sugary foods. The bacteria is going to be there. You can't sterilize yourself. You need those bacteria there to help you function, to help. It does so much. We can do a whole show about the gut microbiome. You've heard, this is not new to you all. You know it's important. You know it's there. What you may not know is depending on the food that you eat is the type of bacteria that tends to predominate in that microbiome. If you eat fruits and vegetables, then you grow the nicer bacteria, the bacteria that works with your body and not against it. You're eating foods that's causing your gut microbiome to be off, not the right one. All right, that's number two. Fruits and vegetables, those are the ones that's going to get your gut microbiome to where you need it to be, or else you are going to be craving the bacteria that loves sugar. It's going to be telling you, eat sugar, eat sugar, eat sugar, eat sugar, eat sugar, eat fat, eat fat, eat fat, eat fat. That bacteria that loves sugar is not going to be saying, eat a vegetable, eat a vegetable. It's not going to say that. It's against its nature. It wants sugar. You're going to have to work hard to correct that gut microbiome. I did say three. Next, three. Addicting foods. You've heard the conspiracy. You have heard it. Where's my, hold on. Yeah. Yes, you've heard it a long time before that these people, I don't know who they are, but they have decided to make these foods super addicting. They make you crave them based on how they balance the sugar and the fat content and the salt content. And before you know it, like the Pringles commercial, you can't just eat one. They know you can't eat one because it's set up and formulated in a way that your body just craves it. You put one in and it's like, I gotta have another one. And that's where you are. The foods are very addicting. And those tend to be the foods that, yeah, if you ate just one or two, no biggie, you're good. Good to go solo. It's that nice little flavor. Got a little sugar, a little salt, a little fat, no big deal. But you can't eat one. Before you know it, the serving size is 3 chips, and you've had 73. And therein lies the dilemma. 73 of those chips has about 500 million calories, and you sit on the couch all day. And what do you expect? We're all going to be a little chubby. That's all how it works. And speaking of sitting on the couch all day, that is number 4. Number 4 is inactivity. The statistic out there is that most adults sit about 6 hours a day, while most teenagers are sitting, no, let me reverse that. Most teenagers are sitting about 6 hours a day and adults about 8. So adults, we not doing that great in the department of being active. Our office jobs, our carpool and commute, it's just not doing it for us. We're ending up sitting a whole lot, and sitting is, other than causing a lot of hemorrhoids, it's a very passive position. It just doesn't require a lot of muscles to keep you grounded in that chair. The chair is doing all the work. When you're standing now, you have your glutes that are engaged, you have your hamstrings, your quadriceps, your core is engaged just to keep you upright. It really requires a little bit more muscle energy. And of course, if you're upright, you may be moving and on running, walking, those kind of things. Being upright tends to lend itself to more physical activity. When you're sitting down all the time, that's it. And basically, the majority of us spend the whole day sitting. We're not a very active bunch anymore. And, there's the basal metabolic rate. And sorry, if I'm getting too sciencey, let me know. There's the basic energy that it takes to run your body. And then if you increase the activity level, then it requires more energy. And what we're doing is we're eating the same amount of food or more and have a low energy lifestyle, low energy expenditure, where if we just end up with a net positive at the end of every day. We have not used up all the calories that we've taken in. And then, it's got to go somewhere. And it goes on your hips, it goes on your gut, goes on your arms, goes on your chin. Where else? You let me know in the comment section, where do you hold and store those extra donut or Pringles that you can't eat just one? Where do you store them when you've overdone it? All right, number 5, snacking. Well, I told you before, snacking is horrible. I mean, it just overtaxes, of course, the digestive system. And then on top of that, you are eating at a time, especially if you're not in kindergarten. I may even give you elementary school. If you're not in elementary school, snacking is not for you. You have set meal times: breakfast, lunch, dinner. There needs to be about 4 hours in between each of those. And honestly, after a while, once you're getting a little past about to Dr. D Nice's age where you're not going to be having no more children, Your body is now just old, on the decline. It just is what it is. I'm not talking in a bad way about myself. It just is. I have lived the majority of my life right now. My body is, I'm not going to have kids. I'm not growing. There's nothing that's growing in me. Everything is heading downwards. Even during that time, especially, really need to limit the amount of food that you eat because your body just does not need that extra energy to do much. I got a little sidetracked. Cut out the snacking. It's not cute. I know all them commercials, all them little snacky food and chips and crisp and wherever country you're from that you call those things. It's not giving. All it's giving you is fat. Number 6. I'm sorry. I'm just going in on everything. I want to make sure you all understand what's going on. When you put all these things together, that is why the majority of us are fat these days. It is what it is. And if we know, knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. No playing outside. That's the one I've given to number 6. We just don't do a lot of stuff outside anymore. And as a matter of fact, if you wanted to go outside and play a game, everything, you got to join a little league. There's no just spontaneous, oh, let's just go outside and play. You got to get your parents to drive you to the field. You got to sign up and pay your entry fee. And then the games are scheduled on the third Wednesday of each month. And then the next game, it's just like a whole organ. You may not even make the team. Forget it. You may not even make the team. Let's just throw that out there. You are not able to play. You want to play, but you can't play because you ain't make the team. The way we have sports and outdoor activities set up these days, it's not even free. There's nobody for you to play with because everybody that you could have potentially played with, they made the team and you didn't. Playing outside is just not the thing. And then on top of it, we've monetized it to the point that there's not a lot of opportunities for kids to just be out there playing. It's just so strange what we've done. But it is what it is. I'm just showing it out there. 7, we eat because of culture, because of convenience, because of cost, because of comfort, rarely because of health benefits. That's how we pick our foods. People, Christmas time, Thanksgiving, you know exactly what needs to be on the menu. You know exactly who needs to cook it. It don't even matter whether this stuff is good for you or not. It don't matter because it's Christmas. That's what we're supposed to eat. It's Thanksgiving. That's what we're supposed to eat. It's 4th of July. That's what we're supposed to eat. And nobody is thinking like, are we really supposed to be eating this? What is this really doing to our bodies? We're just eating culture, convenience. You're like, oh, this is all we can afford right now. And here's a fallacy that I want to uncover today. It is not true. Eating healthy is not more expensive than eating unhealthy. They amount to about the same thing. And in the long run, if you count the health costs, the diabetes, the high blood pressure that some of you all, oh man, I'm getting a hot flash. y'all my people, I could share it. I should always like keep a rag here with me or something. Because that's just what my life is like these days. Anyway, we're not choosing foods for health. And here's the amazing thing. Healthy foods can be so flavorful. They can taste so good. The other day, just today, I saw this thing. Let me see if I could find it. You know what? Let me see if I could find this here. I'm gonna see if I could find this here for y'all. Give me a second. Because it was just the craziest thing. They had, hold on. Let me see if I could find it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I found it. Here. Hold on. Let's watch this together. Let me bring it over here. Here.
These are these huge nets. And guess what they're for? These nets are to keep the bees out. And so right now, the trees are setting the crop for mandarins that are going to get harvested next winter. And nobody wants seeds in their mandarins. So this variety is W. Murcott, which is a cool variety. That's what they look like. If there's bees that get in there and they get pollen from another citrus into here, it makes a bunch of seeds. And the citrus industry actually sued the apiary industry over this a long time ago. And the result was these big nets. And these are actually fishing nets. But it's really interesting, like impressive really, to see these ginormous nets going over the whole thing and stopping all of the bees from getting in there. And that's how we create seedless mandarins. These are...
Did you all hear that? So basically, they have to put a net over these oranges to prevent the bees from pollinating it because they don't want seed. They don't want. Somebody decided that, because it wasn't us. Did you all remember writing a letter to anybody saying, "I don't want seeds in my mandarins, please"? No, they just kind of make these things. It's just a matter of controlling the foods that we get a hold of. And the orange people actually sued the bee people, saying that your bees are pollinating our oranges and getting seeds in them. Craziness! Like, what are we doing? That's what I'm talking about. And we accept it. This is the politics of food, where we just eat because of culture, convenience, cost, comfort. And it's just a mess. It's an absolute mess. I'm sorry. I know I'm getting a little preachy right now, too, which kind of falls into number 8. Falls right into what number 8 is. It's advertising. Sometimes we don't really pick our foods ourselves. We pick what's been sold to us. We pick what we saw on the television. There was some... And I want to quote the research properly. Like, these kids, they can pick out McDonald's. They can know the McDonald's symbol, the jingle. They know these things about these fast foods, and they're little tiny babies, kids. And these are just almost like brainwashing psyop tactics to get you to want these kind of foods. It just is what it is. I just showed you this whole thing where they've told us that we don't want seeds in our fruits, and that's what it is. And these growers have sued. I'll give you a second. They sued bee people because their bees were getting in. I'm just so confused. This is the hot mess. Our foods are a hot mess because the people that are selling us our foods are absolute hot mess. It's just all about money and not about caring for their customers. I've mentioned it before in the past, how it's the weirdest thing that one would think you want to keep your audience healthy so they can buy more of your stuff. But that's not how they look at it. They want to get that money right now, and fine if it kills you, if it kills you. They're not thinking about tomorrow like that. They just want to get their money out of you, and so be it. Maybe they own the hospitals too. I need to look and see who signed my check. No, I'm just kidding. No. Anyway, number 9 is lack of body control, lack of body awareness, lack of body respect. We just don't even understand how our body works. We don't. Basic anatomy, who knows? What's that? Digestion? How does that work? Metabolism? What is that? We have no idea how our body is functioning. And when you just don't know, when you're ignorant to the mechanisms of your body, it's easy to people to sweep in and tell you anything. and confuse you and confound you. And then, you're just like, oh, you know what? Forget it. I'll just eat the potato chips. I don't care. Some people are saying eat a vegetable. Some people say, no, eat more protein, eat more carnivores. It just ends up being a confusing mess. And because you don't even understand your body, you're not even paying attention to the natural signals that God put inside of you to understand hunger and cravings and appetite and stopping eating. You don't understand these things, and you're just there. And the last one is number 10 is you're not sleeping. People are not sleeping and they're stressed out, and you end up, when you haven't slept and you're stressed out, you just reach for foods that give you instant energy. Coffee, sugar, donuts, brownies, all of that. Ice cream. You just reach for them. You reach for them continuously. It's not like they're not used as a special treat. They're used to pacify your stress and your anxiety. They're used to energize you when you have not rested. Those are the 10 reasons. Let me know in the comment section. There are tons more. I just, we weren't going to be here all day. I just wanted to highlight the 10 that I thought were most important. Of course, we can check back with me next week, next year, and those 10 may be totally different. Let me know in the comment section below. What y'all think? Why are we fat?